Good morning, Love Nation. How are you guys doing this morning? This is your girl, Love Goddess. I am here once again to bring forth a message just for you. It is a beautiful morning. It is a beautiful Monday morning. I know that a lot of you guys are releasing the kids out into the universe at this time. A lot of people, this is the first day here in Florida. I know Central Florida, this is our first day of school. So I know that you guys are truly, truly excited. Got your mimosas, fixing breakfast this morning. But I'm going to bring a message for you. I'm going to bring a message for you today, being that we are releasing. I feel like now that we are releasing the children to their teachers, their schools, their counselors, wherever we're releasing our kids today, I am truly grateful for you guys that you have a quiet home. You truly have a quiet home. But let's see, what is it that we need to release today spiritually. Let's go ahead and find out what type of release needs to happen here in Love Nation today when it comes to spiritual release. Yes, we are so grateful that we survived. A lot of you guys, listen, I released mine last month because he's going to college. My son went to college last month, and I've been checking in on him, making sure that I explain life to him one last time before I truly, truly release him. And I believe, like yesterday, I called him and I talked to him and I say, son, you have to make sure that you be aware of your surroundings, what's going on around you, what type of energies you are allowing within your energy field. So yeah, we have to have that big talk with our kids when we release them. We can't just release them out into the world without giving them some form of direction here. So now that we have given our children their direction, now it's time for us to receive the direction of the Most High God. Yes, I feel like there's some type of direction that is needed here while these children are outside of the home for the next 6, 7, or 8 hours. We are going we are going to release ourselves now. Whatever it is that we need to work on spiritually, that is what we are going to do. Look at there. Sound the alarms. The children are gone. Judgment is here. Judgment is here. Why is judgment here? We need to release something, and we're going to find out today. Why is judgment here? Give us another few cards to go with judgment. The angels are calling us. We are being called right now. That's the energy that I'm picking up. Like, it is time now that you have released the distraction in your life, because kids are not really a distraction, but our children tend to take up a lot of our time. Now that you have this extra time, this is the time for you to actually spiritually gain whatever it is that you need. I feel like that's what that judgment is ringing in my ear right now. It's like, okay, now Lord, what? See, we are the people up under the angels, up under the clouds, up under God's guidance and anointing, and we're the people here, and we're being led, we're being called by the angels, we're being called by a higher power to step into our destined path here. So I believe now that we have more free time, this is the time for us to really, really, really get to the roots of our path. Really spend more time with the Most High God Himself. spend more time spiritually connecting so that we can function more clearly. We are able to hear God when it's time to make different moves and different decisions in our life. So I feel like that's the energy that we have here when it comes to judgment. It says judgment, but I don't really see any type of judgment. We're not judging ourselves. We're not judging anyone else. We're just listening for the horns. We are listening for the call. We are listening to our higher power to guide us and lead us where we need to be led. If you look at the people on this card, they have their hands out and their heads up, looking to the clouds, looking to the angels, looking to our higher power. Now that we have all of this time, now we can spend more time with our higher guidance. That is what I see in this card. That is what I see in this card. This is a time for reflection. This is a time for us to truly tap into oneself, finding out what it is that we need to work on within ourselves, what it is we need to release. Because, like I said, I felt like there's some type of release going on. We're releasing the kids into the world right now, but we also have to release some things in our life besides just our kids. We have other issues that may be coming up. There may be some type of blockages coming up in our life. I feel like we're being called to look at those things now that we have time, and the kids are not taking up all our time and attention. Let's look to yes. Look at this. Look to the sun. Look to the higher calling. You're looking out now at the kids leaving, and now it is time for you to look into your own new path, new beginnings, your own purity, trying to purify yourself, bringing forth that innocence of self right now. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit, for this message. This message is truly deep. Yeah, this is a time of reflection. This is a time of reflection. What is it, Spirit? Can you give us, what is it that we need to release right now? What needs to be illuminated? Because the sun is here. The sun represents illumination. It represents bringing things into the forefront. So I feel like um, we need to look into whatever needs to be illuminated in our life. We need to look further into. That's kind of what I see with these two cards. With the Three of Wands, looking out into your destiny, looking out into the guidance of God's source energy itself. And the sun represents illumination, purity, new beginnings, and stuff. So I feel like there's something that needs to be illuminated in our life. So what needs to be illuminated in our life right now? What is it that needs to be illuminated in our life right now? Oh, somebody. Wow. So yes. So what needs to be illuminated? Okay, so the Nine of Cups came out. Nine of Cups came out. So now that we have had all summer to put our attention to our family, put our attention to working, trying to bring that extra income in, because now the kids are home. We need to make sure that we feed the kids. We need to make sure that we shelter the kids, make sure that we clothing the kids. See, our time and attention has been on that, but now we need this Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups represents someone who has reflected on everything, everybody else, but now it's time to reflect on self, filling your own cup, filling your own 9 cups. Instead of filling other cups like kids, family, friends, jobs, whatever, it is time for you to fill your own cup. And then we have the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is like coming home, coming to peace, coming into clarity of things, coming into union with oneself. Okay? So I feel like that's what we need to reflect on right now. We need to reflect on bringing ourselves into a closer relationship with our guides, with our higher calling, a closer relationship. So I feel like that's the main thing here. Like starting off with that judgment and the calling of oneself. You know, the angels and your higher guide calling you out. You know, you are this sun energy, this energy of love, this energy of you know, purity, but at the same time, you know, you've given a lot of love, you've given a lot of your attention to family, friends, you know, outside energies. Now it's time to come back and fill your own cup. Come back and fill your own cup and pour into yourself, rather that self-care, you know, looking into yourself, whatever physical, spiritual, or mental care you need to take care of. This is the time for you to do it. This is the time for you to do it. This is the time of we're coming out of that summertime. You know, summer is all about blooming things and, you know, getting things and tending to the garden. And now we're going into the spring. We're supposed to start our seeing the seeds that we have planted. It is time for us to see the seeds that we have planted, to actually see them to start to bloom. It's springtime now. We're going into the spring of our life. We're able to see the seeds blossom, see the trees that we planted blossom, see the flowers blossom, see whatever we poured into during that fall and summer time is spring now, for you to actually see the crops start to grow in your life. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so this Four of Wands, um, it looks like, when I look at this card, I see home. I see a castle. I see two people like celebrating, you know, celebrating life itself. You know, pouring into yourself, celebrating life. We made it. We made it through that summertime. You know, you made it through making sure that those kids had three-course meals and snacks in between. You know, you made it through that. So now it's time to rejoice. It's time to rejoice. What is it that we're let's see, what else we can get? What else signs of encouragement? Let's see. Signs of encouragement. I know we need to release something. What do we need to release right now that's going to get us in this celebratory state of being, Spirit? What do we need to release right now that's going to get us in this Nine of Cups and get us in this Four of Wands energy of celebration and being full and whole? What is it that we need to release right now in order to get in this state of wholeness and celebratory right now, Spirit? Thank you. Okay. All right. So yes. So one thing we need to release. Okay, so we have the Hangman and the Ten of Swords. So what we don't want to do in this is a time of release. So if there's anything that may be bothering you mentally, like worrying about the kids, like maybe this is a child that's outside of the home for the first time, like me. My son, my baby boy, he's the last of my kids. You know, I have four kids. You know, three of them are already out the house. They were all grown, everyone from the age of 22 all the way up to 30. They were out of the home. So I had that one last child who was 17, and he's 17. Well, he just turned 18 last week. So he turned 18 last week, but he left the home when he was 17 years old. You know, sometimes we worry. Sometimes we have fear. Did I give them enough guidance for them to be alone? Did I give them enough guidance for them to actually have a good, you know, good year in school, you know. So what we don't want to do is worry. Don't worry. Instead of worrying, just pray. Just pray and ask for a covering of that child. Pray and ask for covering of self, not so you won't worry so much. You know, ask Archangel Raphael. Archangel Raphael is one of the higher angels. He's over the angel. He's over healing for the human, for human beings. So he's one of the angels that come in. He's the angel of healing, Archangel Raphael. We can call on him anytime we need him. If it gets so hard and we get so stuck in our head, like, oh my God, you know, my baby, like my son is miles and miles away. But I have to call over Archangel Raphael. Please, Archangel Raphael, please ease my mind, ease my heart, you know, so that I won't overthink this and cause anything to happen. Because sometimes when we think too much about a thing, we cause that thing to happen. You have to understand that our thoughts and our tongue, what we speak, are very, very, very powerful. It rules our world. It rules our world. We cannot have what we have in front of us unless we thought it and we spoke it over ourselves. So if we have no money or if we have lack of money, it's because we always speak it. To speak, I'm broke, I don't have this, I don't have that. If you keep speaking it, your life will be it. So we have to be mindful of what we think. If you keep thinking that your child is going to go to school and be this disruptive child, then that child is going to be that disruptive child because you are thinking and speaking over your child. So speak and think good things only. Know that that child is going to succeed. Know that that child is going out into this world with everything that you have taught and guided them to do. They're going to have recognition of what it is you told them to do. You know, if you're speaking and thinking good about your child will be good. So don't overthink it. Do not be hung up overthinking something that is so easily, you know, curable. So that is one of the things that we're being guided not to do is overthink or because of the ten of swords, you're putting swords in your own back or you're putting swords in your children's back. You know, you're putting swords in situations in your jobs by saying you don't have or lack of. You know, you're putting swords in your home by saying, you know, I can't afford the rent this month or I can't afford, you know, the mortgage this month. You're putting swords in your cars by saying, oh, this raggedy car, you know, I don't think it's going to make it this week. You know, you're putting these swords in your own back just by your thoughts and by the words that you speak. Be mindful. I speak of mindful all the time here in Love Nation. Be mindful of your thoughts. Swords are thoughts. 10 of them. There's 10 swords in the back here. And no one is putting them in your back. We put swords in ourselves just by the way we think, by the way we speak, what we hold in our hearts. See, we're in this, we can be in this all the time because how we feel and how we think and how we speak over our life. Our reality is co-created with the Most High. God is trying to bring it to our attention that we need to change the way that we, you know, we have to be more mindful. We have to change the way we think. We have to change the way we speak. We have to change the way we hold things in our heart. That is the only way. I'm telling you, that is the only way that we're going to change our reality, is to be mindful of our thoughts. And that's coming out really strong here. I knew that it was something we needed to release, but also there's something to be gained here because um, you've been called. The trumpets have been sounded. You've been called, and you've been called for this recognition. You know, we are all called. We just have to hear the horns when they blow. We just have to be able to recognize when it's time to make a change within our life, to release some things. You know, release all that negative thought. Release all that heartache or what you holding in your heart. It's time to release it. Is there anything else? I know we speaking about releasing our thoughts and the way we think and talk. Is there anything else here in the collective as a whole that may need to be released at this time? Because I feel like it's more than just our thoughts. It's more than just what we say, what we hold in our heart. Because what we want is we want to be able to have this 9 of cups. We want to fill ourselves up. And we cannot fill ourselves up if we are, you know, having negative thoughts. We can't feel whole at home, you know, in a celebratory state. We're celebrating that the kids are not here, yes. But, you know, we have to fully celebrate by releasing some things ourselves. And now that we have the time to do it, I believe it's time for us to do it. You know, the kids are not in the house. It is time to do it. Is there anything else, Spirit, that, you know, Love Nation, Spirit guides need to bring forth about anyone else here in Love Nation, that something that they may need to release at this time? Let's see. Okay. Okay. So there's some, okay, so some people are overthinking. That's where they're hung up in their head, overthinking. We have the Ten of Pentacles and the Moon. So now there are some people here with who feels like they're lacking in their finances. They feel like they're lacking in their finances. So with that being said, you know, with the Moon card here, that brings to my I'm hearing transparency. Look at the bigger picture. There's something here that you're not seeing when it comes to your finances, right? So there may be some people here that are hung up on either they don't have enough when it comes to maybe the kids, since this is about, you know, children, releasing the kids into the world, and also releasing some things within ourselves. So maybe you felt like you didn't have enough finances to clothe the kids. So if that is you, I'm hearing Spirit says, don't worry about what your kids have on, because they have life right now. Ooh, I heard that so loud. Like, you know, sometimes we have in our mind, that's where that overthinking too. Sometimes we have in our mind, like, we feel like just because our kids don't have on the latest brands or the latest shoes, or maybe they're using shoes, you know, hand-me-down shoes or hand-me-down clothes. Listen, that's that's nothing to be, you know, bring you in a heart space of, I don't, you know, lack, or in a mental thought of lack, because your child is healthy. Your child is here. You are here. You're still able to go out and work. or you're still able to bring forth a meal to that child. You're still able to get up that morning and make sure they had breakfast, or get up and wash their face and do this, and you gave them guidance this morning. Get up, say a prayer, brush your teeth, wash your face, prepare for school. That's guidance. There's something bigger here that you're not seeing when it comes to your finances. Don't worry about what you have and what you have to give, because you have it. Don't allow the unseen things to hinder you. Don't sit back and not send your kids to school just because they don't have this week. God will provide. You don't see the bigger picture now, but it's coming. You know, we have to stick to the guns here and not allow the unseen things to rule our world. We're trying to see the bigger picture, but some things are hidden because there's a lesson to be learned here. So there is some type of lesson that needs to be learned. You need to see that although you don't have what you feel like you need, because you can't worry about outside energy. You worried about the energy that you hold and the energy that you're feeding your kids. If you feed your kids lack, they're going to feel lack. You know, there's some kids that don't worry about clothing. They ain't worried about the shoes. That be the parents. And kids that are in school, the only reason why they worry about shoes and clothes is because of their own upbringing. It's what's going on in their home. But the bigger picture here is giving the guidance that is needed in order for that child to go out there and stand firm in his own beliefs, his own energy, and still be whole within himself and still have that big imagination of conquering that world. So get out of your heads. That's the biggest thing here, is get out of your heads and stop bringing lack into your life. Stop bringing lack into your energy by thinking it or feeling it. That's the big picture. That's what we need to release. That is what we need to release here. What overall outcome is it for Love Nation here? What is the big picture here? What is it that is going to happen futuristic for Love Nation here? What is the big picture here, Spirit? Can you tell us that at this time? Yeah. Oh, wow. So the bigger picture is victory. You have the King of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. I'm sorry. You have the Emperor and the Nine of Pentacles. So in this instance, when it says Emperor, Emperor is someone who is stable, someone who is rooted, who is grounded, someone who is tapped into their intuition, someone who's building a fortress, who's building, he's building a nation, and he stands firm and deliberate in his thoughts. He's deliberate in his thoughts. He know what to say and when to say it. He know what to think and when to think it. That is what the Emperor does. Because an emperor is someone who knows how to hold a foundation firm without negativity, he looks so grounded. He balanced out. He has balance. He's balanced out the scales here. So he's very balanced. He's very deliberate in what he thinks and what he says. And he's very deliberate in the energies that he allows within his fortress. Yeah. The Nine of Pentacles is someone who's grounded, who's stable, who is tapped into their intuition. You see the little bird here. That is your spirit guides. That is your angels. That is God himself. That is someone who knows how to hear God and love. Lord, like if you look closely, you see the grapevines all around and the pinnacles all around, because the Nine of Pentacles is someone who is connected to the higher power and able to create a grapevine, sweet wine, able to create the finances that they need. This is someone who is tapped into their creativity, tapped into their lower chakras. So with the Emperor and the Nine of Pentacles coming up together, that means balance. That is your outcome, to be able to balance your feminine energy as well as your masculine energy. You're going to be able to balance the two. The masculine energy is your upper chakras. That is your third eye. That's your crown chakra. That's your throat chakra. The Nine of Pentacle is your lower chakras. That's your heart chakra. That's your solar plexus. That is your root chakra, being grounded to Mother Gaia, Mother Earth herself. You know, and then that I said solar plexus, and then your sacral chakra. Sacral, that's the chakra that creates, right? So you're going to be balanced. That is the outcome for you. Now that we have released the kids into the world, and we release them being, we have already given them the guidance, the instructions on how to conduct themselves outside of the home. Now it's time for you to release whatever you need to release, because you have all the time in the world to do that. Now that the home is quiet and it's just you and your higher power. Tap into that and start releasing anything that is keeping you from getting into this balance of this Emperor and this Nine of Pentacle energy. All right? So I'm going to leave you with that. Release it. You release the kids. Now it's time to release whatever you need to release to get yourself balanced. This is your girl, Love Goddess. I am so grateful and honored to be able to bring this message. It is a powerful message. I pray that this message reaches whomever needs this message at this time, because this is the time for us to release. We're releasing the kids, but we are also releasing whatever no longer is required of us or deserving of us. Releasing it out of your energy field. That is so powerful. I felt that today. I felt that this morning. Listen, if this is your first time, this is the first time you've seen this video of mine, if you like it, hit the like button. We also strongly encourage you here in Love Nation to hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and leave a residue of your energy here. That way I can tap more into your energy and bring something more personal here in Love Nation towards you. I am grateful to be able to exchange energies with you guys here. As I exchange my energy, you exchange your energy by leaving comments, leaving your likes, subscribing, and then, it helps the channel itself. Look, we are one nation under the guidance of the most highest vibrational, powerful energy of God himself. And we are honored to have you come into Love Nation at this time. Listen, if you've been a member or a subscribed member here in Love Nation, I love you guys so much. As I pray for you, you pray for me. And listen, we are one nation here. And we are here to rock the very foundations of this world. We are here to grow and grow together. It ain't just me. This ain't my channel. This is our channel. Love Nation is a nation. And I love you guys for all of your energy. It's been an honor. But until next time, listen, I love you. Be careful out there. Release, 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 so that we can be in a celebratory state, balanced and whole. Ha! thing. Listen, this your girl, Love Goddess. Until next time, peace, love, and light. Bye.